tried to do a video on this a while back, but I found that I wasn't getting numbers that were comparable to what I was getting in my previous sample, so I ended up opening this thing up again and trying to seal the motor cavity a little bit better, because these machines have almost no screws in them. Aside from the ones that are on the motor itself, I think the only screw I can think of on this machine is right here. Everything else is held together with clips, including the motor cavity, or motor chamber. There's a clip here, and then there's two on the bottom. I do not like that about it. I mean, it just doesn't feel like it really fits together securely, so hopefully now I've gotten it back to a point where it's as well sealed as it can possibly be. I did buy this machine from a fellow collector. I don't know if you watch my stuff or not, but if you do, hey Luke, thanks for the machine. I got the edge clean thing replaced. I didn't know it was missing the internal component too. I thought it was just the knob. So I ordered the knob, and then I was cleaning out the machine and discovered the little door in there was missing. Because what this does is there's a little door in the air path here, and when this is switched over like that, it closes off the air path. Yeah, you can see it's closed off, and it directs it into this little chamber over here. It's supposed to be for edge cleaning. Well, really doesn't do that well at it, but this is not a particularly powerful machine. Now, this is one of the 7-amp versions. They did have other amperages. I think there was an 11 and a 12-amp, which the 12-amp one had the MVP brand on it. And I don't like the higher amperage ones, because it seems like all of those have an issue where they'll split the bag chamber. Like, they'll crack it, because they just weren't built well enough to handle the suction of the machine. So I've come across like 2 or 3 of the I can't talk, MVP variants of this machine that have broken bag doors. But I think I've kind of rambled on long enough, so why don't we just get on to the testing portions of things. I'm not crazy about the LED headlight in this thing. It seems like, these weren't built in a way that kind of angled this towards the ground in any way. So we actually end up with a shadow till about here. And then, yeah, it's just super bright, and it's kind of annoying. And we'll take a measurement here at this little elbow. We'll do this at the end of the hose. iconic as these may be, they are not impressive in terms of either their specs or in terms of their cleaning ability. I don't know how well that actually showed up on camera because I have a feeling the LED light may have caused kind of a blinding effect. But um, it kind of struggled to pick up the oats because although it did produce a little bit of visible agitation, its airflow numbers are so low that it just seemingly ground some of them up rather than actually picking them up, breaking them up into smaller particles. And it's just like, are you kidding? And I don't think it's the motor that's the problem with these. The problem is the design of these. Because, I mean, although 7 amps isn't a lot, we have seen other lower amp units that have done a better job. So, this just doesn't have any ceiling on it, or at least not very. Well, it does have some, but it's just so poorly designed that the ceiling it does have doesn't make much of a difference, because we certainly should be seeing more than, the 30 inches of water lift we were seeing at the end of the hose. I mean, I would suspect that this thing is capable of about 50 or 60 at the motor, but, it's just leaking all over the place due to poor design, poor quality. Rather unfortunate. But what do?